Do 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 do
Wow.
do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure we have all the pieces we need for this project. We have our whole kit here. I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. Make sure we've got our little cards, got some papers. We have the Arduino board. We have some resistors. You can see it says right on there 220. This one says 10K. We've got our LEDs that we're going to use. And let's see, the other resistors say 1K. I'm going to go ahead and open up that. We need our USB connector. We need some of the jumper cables. We need the breadboard. And that's probably all we're going to use for this project. So, the 220 resistors, the LEDs, the Arduino board, the USB cable, the jumper cables, and the breadboard. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Arduino. I'm going to open up my breadboard. And I'm going to pick out 3 of these LEDs. Red one, green one, blue one. First thing I need to do is check out my breadboard. If I look at it here, you can see a blue line and a red line. All of these pins are connected along that blue line. All of these pins are connected along that red line. So anything that's plugged into any of these will be connected. So that's where we want to get our power. So we have a ground here, GND, and we're going to use the 13, the 12, and the 11. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is get a jumper cable and connect it to the GND port and plug it into the outer blue pins. Next, I'm going to get some of my 220 resistors and go from that same blue to a row that is right next to it. As long as it's on that row, any of those on that row will be connected to that resistor. And I'm going to do that. Very easily broken, easily bent. So we have our resistors and we have our ground wire. Next we are going to jump from the 13 to a row that is next to our resistor row. There we go. Again, be very careful, these are thin wires. And you can go ahead and grab your LED. So if you look at our LED, you'll notice that one of the wires is longer than the other. The longer one sticking out is the positive, and the shorter is the negative. The negative side is going to connect to the same row as the resistor. The positive will connect to the row as your jumper wire. So if I go ahead and place them right there, plugs in pretty easily. And I'm going to continue the process with my others. Again, be careful. These are very thin wires. I'm going to go ahead and continue adding more jumpers. So I've got a jumper from 12 now. 12 to the row right next to my resistor. One more jumper from 11 next to my resistor. Alright, the next thing I need to do is on the computer, load up the Arduino software and program this Arduino to light up my LEDs. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Arduino to the back of the computer with the USB cable. Alright, you noticed some of the lights already started lighting up. That means this board already has a memory of some other program that has been loaded into it. So what I need to do is upload my program. Alright, so we're here in the Arduino editing website, and I have my blinking LED sketch loaded up. So first off, we have int LED1 equals 13. That's going to assign LED1 to the number 13 port on the Arduino board. Then LED2, LED3, 12, and 11. We got our pin mode, LED1, which is basically putting the 13 here as an output, and then 12 as an output, 11 as an output instead of an input. Then we got our loop down here, so we're digitally writing LED1, which is 13, high, which will turn it on. It's going to delay for 100 milliseconds. In the comments I had 200. And then I'm going to digital write that same LED low, which will turn it off. Delay another 100 milliseconds. And do the same thing with LED number 2. And it will just loop this over and over until I disconnect power from the Arduino. I hit the verify and save button. It verifies that my code is correct. There's no errors in it. If there are any errors, it'll show up down here. And then this arrow will send it to my Arduino once it's plugged in. And that's how it works. Code has been adjusted. I can adjust all of them so they are all on for a short amount of time. And you can see what that will look like. Whoa, crazy, right? And you have completed it. Go ahead and if you have your phone or something, you can take a picture of your project so that you can use that on your website that you're making. You can also use the built-in camera on your computer and photo booth to take a picture if you need to as well. Congratulations! Now you are ready to put it all away. Thanks for watching Bleck Tech. Don't forget to like and subscribe.